It's like this unshakable cloud that hovers over you for the intent to diminish you. It's like failure, but too worn out by sleepless nights to even fight back the tears of anguish from the past. It's like staying in bed all day, despite knowing that staying productive will only allow depression to ultimately overtake you one day. It's like your mind has checked out, like your head is cut off from your body. Still, it goes through the normal state that it does before the nerves no longer communicate. Depression's like done emotions, pre-mixed resolved emotions, suppressed super evil's illusion to overtake the nerves that want to end you. You are and always will be enough. You got to believe that there is purpose in us. Our Creator didn't make a mistake with us. He handpicked us for purpose in our lives, or not our own. So we go through what we go through to help someone else go through it too, and not go through it alone. Depression is a lie that we buy, like biting into the forbidden fruit, like that Adam never should have took. That Adam he should never took. And all because of Eve and how she was deceived by this manipulative evil. To this day, we are the Adams and the Eves of this day and age. So help me strip the devil of his lies with this ugly word depression that was sent to kill us. Help me make evil our footstool, never giving it another chance to raise up its head above the feet that trampled him. Realize the Creator made you a victor and not the victim. I can't hear. That's it. That's it for me.
Yes.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that piece. Depression is definitely real.
Yes. It's
yes,
something that I definitely had to get over.
We got to claim power over depression.
That is correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so make sure that you drop your @ name in the chat again for anyone who didn't catch it the first time, so they definitely can connect with you.
Yes, I got to. Okay, that's great. I have a SoundCloud too, so it's just under Daddy Long though. So I'll share it.
Okay, cool. Crescendo, are you ready?
Yes.
The floor is all yours.
Okay. Again, thank you for inviting me as well. I'm sorry I missed everybody else's. Let me see. What am I gonna do? All right, is it ready now?
Yeah, you're ready.
Okay.
I can hear
you. Wait, I'm gonna just
pull my rope. It's pull my rope for my daughter. I can't believe to be honest, when I was a liar, you gave me a reason to live. Would you be like?
So we're getting like every other word. I think their connection may be a little weak.
Let me see if I move. Hold on.
Okay.
Is that like, are you still getting?
No, you're better now. It's flowy.
Better? All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna start over. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. Let me mute myself.
All right. So this one is called Care Bear. I can't believe you're turning 3 today. Seems like I was racing down to see your birth just yesterday. 3 years ago, December 7th, I was singing Christmas Came Today. I never knew then how much this gift would mean to me. You gave me courage when I was afraid. You gave me honest when I was a liar. You gave me a reason to live when I wanted to die. Before you were born, I used to ponder, would you be like me and like the patties but hold the mayonnaise? By the time you were 20, would you have dug a guy who was peaceful, smart, and funny? And would your first move be to say the Valentine's Day dance, choosing to be with him and not that other guy? Could you be like Gretchen, smarter than the 4th graders, tougher than the 5th graders, tough enough to take on anybody like Ashley Spinelli? And no matter how much you like him, you still tackle baby Sue Johnny to win that 4th versus 5th grade football game. Would you be like Pepper Ann, much too cool for 7th grade? Kirsten, you're like 1 in a million. I mean, of course, you're already 1 in the population of Earth, which is 8 billion. So I'm hoping the odds will be ever in your favor. So you can live life as calm and beautiful as the Katniss. But I know if you had to, you can live with the strength, loyalty, and courage of Katniss. You're a big sister, so I know you protect Aura, your primrose. Will you become a symbol of change and sing as beautifully as the Mockingjay? And from the ashes of your district, would you rise like a phoenix and become as powerful as Jean Grey? Maybe they call you Hermione because you'll be like, it's Wingardium Leviosa, not Wingardium Leviosa. Because without your courage and your smarts, Harry be dead before the second part. Maybe be a do-it-all girl like that fireside girl Isabella. And as your father, I have to admit, I hope your crusty is oblivious as the kid they call Phineas. Maybe you'll be a kooky kind of teacher who hair is all frizzled, taking your students on trips, telling the bus to do your stuff. While honest in the backseat, this trip to outer space is a little too rough. Please don't be like Helga G. Pataki, because the way she treated Arnold was just downright weird and tacky. Will you be a lover of chimpanzees like Jane Goodall? And with the help of your friend Darwin, will you be the most gifted out of the Thornberrys and help solve the animals' dilemmas? Maybe they'll call you Simons because you'll be the first person on Mars. I guess that'll make you a prime. I think a daughter like you is way cooler than 1,000 Optimus Primes. And just so you know, if you grow and you love like Ellen, my love for you will always stay generous. I can't wait to see what you'll be like, but I know no matter what, you'll be like no other. And as pretty as your intelligent mother, as tough as Toph and as gentle as Katara, and as determined as the new Avatar, the one they call Korra. And just so you know, you're a strong, independent woman who don't need no bending. You'll go so far, Mulan, making me glad they sent me daughters when I asked for sons. That's when she looked me in my eye and said, Daddy, I'll make a man out of you. I say this all the same in the words of Dr. Seuss, be who you are and say what you feel. Because those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. You know Daddy don't mind you being you. I just hope I can pay the way so you can be the you that you want to. I live for you. Here's a gift, a poem to you. As you take your life and determine your own wonderful destiny, I just want you to know, no matter what, you'll always be my Care Bear, whose power is to bring out the best in me. Thank you. That was my little piece. Thank you. You can follow me on Instagram at crescendo with a K. I'll put it in the chat. And just thanks for listening. Thank you.
Thanks so much for you sharing that piece with us. Do anybody have another piece they would like to share? Okay, Nettie, let's go.
All right, I think I found a. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear the music? Okay, you can. Okay. All I ever needed in my whole life was love, security, validation. I'm me. Tell me something more than what my mother or father have told me. Don't you just get it? Doesn't anyone get it? The blueprint of my expectations came thousands of years ago, and he lived among us. And yet, he had to leave from where he was from because no one could see who he was beyond his earthly figure. Perhaps no one can see me past my earthly shortcomings, and their expectations of me speaks the way they look at me. But nothing will deter me from going out and be who he has called me to be, which is blessed, highly favored, unique, made in his image and in his likeness. It's no wonder while evil lurks to smother the light. It can't endure any kind of light, let alone my light. I shine brighter than the sun rays that grace my face, and brighter than any bright sunny day, brighter than any beautiful moonlights on any given day. And you too should feel this way. Our complexities are only complex to each other. But the master link, the Messiah, designer of all our blueprints, our very existence, our way of being, was all designed with one purpose in mind: to share our light with him in mind. Oh, oh, ooh. Let's vibe. That's it. That's it for me, Nikki.
Come through, vocals. I hear
Hey. Well, he threw some vocals in there. I had to do it too. I was like,
I know y'all some singing poets. See, I can't sing. Trinity, you said you had another one?
Not really real.
Trinity?
Is she still with us?
Yes, I'm here. Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Yes. All right. This is an old piece that I wrote last year. It's called My Darkness. I do have music that I don't even want to look for it right now. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you guys. It's called My Darkness. I love being in the dark. I find comfort in it. I never felt fear or discomfort in the depths of the shadow. The thick blackness knocking out my senses, allowing me to zone in to my thoughts and emotions. In the dark, I am able to center my thoughts. This is the only time I find clarity. If you fear the darkness, you cannot truly enjoy the light. In my darkness, I found understanding. By stepping into the darkness of my mind, I make sense of my own shadows. No one ever wants to travel into their darkness. This is where we tend to hide our pain, hurt, and secrets. So we avoid it, we fear it, and sometimes we even demonize it. I lost my place. I'm sorry. We demonize it. But the fact is that we all have darkness and we all have feelings stored there. In my darkness, I saw the root of my pain. I found the answers to questions I didn't even know I had. My darkness changed my perception. I realized things in me that I needed to change. And in my darkness, I morphed like a caterpillar inside of a cocoon. I changed and became a better person. I am growing because of my darkness. I'm accepting my darkness allows me to live in my best light. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nikki, for creating the space for me to share.
Absolutely. And now, Ambition, are you ready?
Ooh.
Are you ready?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. We hear you.
Can you hear me? Y'all good? We good?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, my name is Ambition Poet, and I'm just going to do which one of these posts said I was trash, but I'm sitting down, so I try to keep it a little. Which one of these poets said that I was trash? I'm the herpes to linguistics, but that's what happens when an unprotected mind have sex with a new language. Which one of these poets said that I was trash? I'm the kid that they bullied in South Jersey. Welcome to the Birds, where I learned how to cut teachers' feelings and classmates who didn't think I was as sharp as the blade on the bottom of lawnmowers that I hated using. Which one of these poets said that I was trash? I'm the felt written on the IEP that a school psychologist suggested. I'm the side effect of open mic listeners who thought that goosebumps was coming from my words, but that was my words and printing stands of the braille on the back of their neck. Which one of these poets that said that I was trash? But this is what happens when they pull on the strings of my anger that had me create a poem that I aim at the character like the Rectical on Black Ops 4. Bah, bah. Which one of these poets that said that I was trash? Like I didn't bop my head to Joe Budden and studied the literary works of Edgar Allan Poe when he was talking about the same bird that used to be on the helmet of Joe Flacco. Which one of these poets that said that I was trash? Now in Jersey, you can't burn your own trash, but that was just my pen testing the thermal conductivity of notebooks. How was I supposed to know that the ink was this flammable? Which one of these poets that said that I was trash? Stripper talk. Now my mouth is a bottle girl. Every poem that walks in my teeth is attractive to the mind. Now every time I speak, the words start to spark when it touches the atmosphere. Which one of these poets that said that I was trash? Now my mom, she keeps calling the crisis hotline like, hello, hello. I think my son is trying to kill himself. Every time he performs by engulfing himself in his own flame, I said, which one of these poets said that I was trash? I know what it is. It's because I'm not from the same hood as them. They think that my purpose is not violent. But I watched the devil write an op-ed in the New York Times. He says, my demons don't give a fuck about what zip code you live in. Which one of these poets said that I was trash? Now, what happened in the Philadelphia foster care system is what made me a Sicklerville, New Jersey mutant. What happened in the Philadelphia foster care system is what made me a Sicklerville, New Jersey mutant. So why would I be accepted in your poetry circle, right? No Geico, no State Farm. I've been called the accident my whole life, right? Which one of these poets said that I was trash?
Thank you so much for that. That's my favorite poem of his. He know I loves when he do that poem when he gets hyped. Crescendo, did you want to go again? Did you? I seen the hand thingy.
No, oh, that was a clap, I thought.
Oh, I never seen it before, so I didn't know what it was.
But yeah, I'll do one more.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I guess. Let me see. So I'm gonna do. This one is called Manifestation. Um, who am I? A young man who at one point often contemplated suicide. At one time, I often contemplated suicide, aiding in the white man's genocide, all because my ego refused to swallow his pride. Until one day I look in the mirror and tears run down my eye. But gone was the desire of suicide as I continue to look inside. I look in the mirror and there he is, the epitome of cool. He's so composed, a master of self-control. That's a man who knows what he knows, but ignorant of most things, just to say that I'm not boasting. But when I put my hands up, you can see that I'm Lord of the Rings. Who made LeBron King? 'Cause I got 11 of them things. I'm the manifestation of everything is everything. I'm the art that is heard when Lauren sing. My frat wrote lift every voice and sing. I'm always changing, so I'm the only constant. So please hold your hating ass comments before my bars destroy you like a fiery comet. I know I make you sick, but please hold your vomit. Because I'm speaking about me. I'm the son from the Trinity. Been to hell and back, but this blasphemy might send me back. But I'm so cool, I'll just freeze all that. That's the day you'll see pigs fly, you dragonfly, Jones fly. See, I'm the other guy. Need money before they turn my lights out, so I had to knock your lights out. Time to go night, night, lights out. From the mountain I shout, who am I? Shooting light from the sky. I'm the king of all gods. No, I'm Kratos, I conquered the gods. I'm the twinkle in your eyes. I'm the one who motivates you to get up when the sun rises. I know the meaning of fear because I know myself, and I ain't fear itself. Who am I? I shout from the zenith. I'm at the top and I ain't even finished. I'm hungry for more. I'm feeling kind of famished, like it was Lent and I fasted. The son of a Baptist, only sheep need a pastor, only slaves answer the master, and I've been emancipated. No longer slave because I'm educated. Descendant of Frederick, a student of Kendrick. I'm what you get when you pimp a butterfly. I said, who am I? Damn right, that's me. I made that name into my own, so I got the copyright. So anything you borrow, you gotta pay me back, all right? Only dead fish go with the flow, so I determine where all you dead fish go. I'm the current. I'm infinite universes running concurrent. I'm the beginning and where it all starts. I sit still, but still a movement starts. Rosa Parks. I paint vivid picture with words. Langston Hughes. I'm the, give me a second. Hold on. I paint vivid pictures with word. Langston Hughes, Huey P, Huey Free. I'm the revolutionary beat that the powers to be won't move. But like the sun, I won't be moved. I continue to shine even when you think I've set. I'm your flashbulb memory, something you'll never forget. Who am I? I'm the nigga on the horse, Django, Sam Chisholm, Denzel Washington, undefeated like a Titan my rookie season. Wanna catch me slipping, but won't catch me falling for any reason. My thoughts is Mewtwo, legendary. When I awoke, I killed my masters. This is my emancipation proclamation. Witness the birth of a nation. I'm the solid rock. When will you build your foundation? They say pride comes before a fall. Well, I'm proud and you fail. I succeed where you fail. I ain't cocky, I'm just proud of me. So why these niggas acting like I ain't allowed to be? And that was manifestation. Thank you. Thank y'all again.
Thanks so much for sharing that piece. Mad dope. Mad dope. Silent Poet, did you want to do another one real quick? Cool. The floor is all yours.
I'm just going to do a short piece from my book. This is called The Struggle. As I struggle sometimes in pain, my only purpose is to reach the light. I've withstood the wind and repel the rain, but unsure feelings leaves me in the night. I've been brought to my knees as my sinking ship sails. Lord, I ask for your help, please. In your hands I will prevail. What is now was once then, where there is darkness, the sun shines. Who was my enemy is now my friend. My tangled path are now parallel lines. Pure and cleared of all my sins, I now sail without the changing winds. The struggle. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that piece.
You're very welcome.
And thank you everybody who participated in the open mic portion for tonight.
Hey, hi, yay. I love this.
Yeah, thank everybody who participated, and I thank all you guys for actually joining me tonight to help me celebrate my third book, The Shy Girl Speaks. And just a little introduction for those who don't know me. My name is Nikki D, the poet. I'm a former shy girl who filmed my voice through poetry. So now I use my poetry as a platform to spread a message of self-love and self-acceptance. Because no matter what social media says, no matter what society try to make it seem like, we're all beautiful because we were created by God. So before I go into pieces from this new book, I'm actually going to be doing pieces from my second book, Naked Faces the Girl in the Mirror, because this book really sets the tone for the third book. And this one is called Girl in the Mirror. Your inability to comprehend is so exhausting. I don't know who you are half the time. We share the same pulsing yet, and still, we're nothing the same. I enjoy order, the syntax of things, while you act as if all your common sense is faded away, knowing damn well you weren't raised that way. Take a look in the mirror and what do you see? A girl so flawed with insecurities that she allowed her life to fade. But you claim every year is your year, repeating cycle after cycle. You're labeling everything as an obstacle. Baby girl, you're the only common denominator. Don't you think it's you that need to change? Do you know who you really are? For so long, you used the foreign hair and the cosmetic makeup to hide the scars. I guess it was easier for you to pretend right there. But you want to change the world. You want to be this dynamic poet, the generational voice, and you don't know where to start? Well, take a look in the mirror. You can look right there. And throughout my books, I like to do this thing where I respond to current events that's happening. And when I was writing Naked, this Netflix series, When They See Us, came out, which basically, if you didn't watch it, it was about the Central Park Five, which was basically about the people who got wrongfully accused of attempting to rape this girl when they were just literally just walking in the park, and they felt as though their conviction was basically based upon the color of their skin. And me being the mother of a Black child, when I watched that, of course I got angry as hell. And this is a poem that came from it. As long as justice is a dish served on the placebacks of my brother's backs, we will never be free. The inflammation proclamation really don't mean shit to me, because we are just as disarmed, enslaved, and disrespected as we were back in '63. Oh, I'm capping. Just turn on the TV. I never unarmed Black men slain at the hands of the PD. But instead of admitting blame, they just switched gears right into reverse. Like at the age of 16, he was arrested for attempting to sell and distribute weed. This time he had to be doing something worse. the narrative they try to sell. But it doesn't matter. To a mother engulfed in pain after seeing her baby boy, her pride and joy carried away in a hearse. It doesn't matter. To a whole community involved in pain, anger, confusion, and hurt. It doesn't matter. To the little girl who dreamed of walking hand in hand with her father to the father-daughter dance, her dream was shattered. It doesn't matter. To the little boy who can't walk in the street without envisioning his brother's blood that was splattered. It left a stain on both the concrete and his brain. And even when the news station starts cycling the story, their world will be forever changed. They say that 12 years a slave is an exaggerated tale, and Roots
Too much
is
rice.
far too traumatizing to be shown in school. Y'all still on slavery? Will they ever get over it? Well, come, let's address the elephant that stands hooked to suffocate in this room. Let's finally unmask that foul odor that for far too long been covered by cheap perfume. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the little black boys being sent oily before hitting the class, wearing an army of angels as protection. His mama knows that the melanin in his skin put a target on his back. She also knows that the power of prayer can dismantle every attack of the enemy, even the ones wearing the white face. Well, I guess to them, I'll be another nigga that needs to learn her place. Another Sandra Bland trying to take a stand. Another Kaepernick taking a knee. Cheap labor and rebellious slaves will always be how they will view you and me. Thank you guys so much for listening. Happiness. We all want to be happy. Some people spend their whole life on a search for happiness. Some find it in a series of insignificant others. Others try to find it in money. Others career, clothes, jobs, even fame. But to think about searching for happiness in these ways is only temporary and never lasts. So how do you find true happiness? Well, happiness and self-love goes hand in hand. Now, I know when people hear self-love, they think, oh, that's a day where I'm just going to ignore all my responsibilities. I'm going to hit up the nail salon, get some mani patties, get some facials, and binge watch Netflix. But that's not self-love at all. Self-love is facing the ugliness within yourself and growing from it. Now, this is not easy. For me, my journey to self-love, to happiness, has been very, very long. You see, first I had to return to grace because without God, I'm nothing. Then I had to get naked and face the girl in the mirror. Then finally, after all that, I feel my voice. If you know me, you know I love blending into the crowd. Shadow child. Never doing anything too risky or too wild. I was the type that always colored inside the lines. I love to play it safe. But deep down inside, there was always this part of me that was trying to escape. And I tried to bury her. Under religious expectations, I tried to bury her. Under societal obligations, I tried to bury her because I was afraid that the world wasn't ready to see what was deep down inside of me. I had to keep this beast under lock and key. Little did I know, a pen was the key. Because with each stroke of the pen, each dropping of ink, she came seeping out. A pen was the key that unlocked the gate that let this beast out. And out she came with so much power and authority, she couldn't be contained. And little did I know that Nikki D would be her name. And she was a poet. And the world would be forever changed by her pen. She was a poet because she discovered her voice and her message deep down within. She was a poet, far more complex than the roses being red and the violets being blue. For what is a poet if they don't challenge the inner demon in you? What is a poem if you hear it and remain the same? And what was the whole point of you logging in tonight if your world won't be forever changed? Change. When I got introduced to poetry at the age of 10, my whole entire world changed because I had this bad habit of not really verbalizing my emotions. So when stuff would happen in my life, I would just bottle it up, bottle it up, bottle it up until one time it just come on and explode, which isn't healthy at all. But when I got introduced to poetry, it was a healthy way to get all my feelings and all my emotions out. And as I grew and my love for poetry grew, my love for writing poetry grew, it became an outlet. And to this still to this day is something that I lean on heavily when something happens in my life. Why poetry, you ask? Deep inside the MP centers of me breathes poetry. Why? Because it was the only thing that could console me when the guy I slapped down the night before walked past me like he didn't even know me. When the figments of my imagination classified me as a homie. When I watched my dreams shattered into a tiny little pieces like broken glass. When the ones I put first consistently put me last, it was poetry that glued the pieces of me back together again, time after time. You see, it's much more than strategically placing words on a page. It's more than cleverly placed cliches. It's more than a simple implied rhymes. It's healing, sandwiched in between two words. It's freedom within every line. The thing about freedom, once you've been bound for so long and you finally found a way to break free, you want to share it with everyone. You just can't keep it to yourself. So now, not only do I write poetry for me, but I write it for the little girls, the little shy brown skinned girls that were like me, that hide in the corner, hoping that someone would see them. I write to let them know I see you. You are enough. This is for the girl in grade school with tears in her eyes because mama wouldn't let her get the press and curl. You see, she wasn't aware of the dangers of heat damage. All she knew is that she wanted to be just like the other girls. At the age of 10, hair that defies gravity and tight curls that resemble wool just as cool. But starting a trend of making her believe that she had to manipulate her roots to appease society wasn't something that her mother was willing to do. She said, baby girl, don't you know that your hair is a jewel? Each strand, each follicle is a representation of how far we came. The elasticity in curls, well, that symbolizes how we snap back from every harm they try to put in our way. Baby girl, don't you know that you're a queen? You don't need no flat iron, no relaxer, no weave for anyone to see the beauty that is already within inside of you. And in case you haven't heard in a while, let me tell you again. You are enough. This is for the girl who's naturally slim. No curves to get lost in. No pillows to hold on to for comfort. Scrolling through social media, she can't help but wonder if that makes her less of a woman. Or if a trip to Miami 8 hours on the table will make her able to walk down the street with her head held high, with more junk in her trunk, more pride in her stride. Staring in the mirror, she can't accept what she sees, and she can't help but wonder why. Because typically, body images are reserved for those of a different size. She goes to her mother with tears in her eyes. Her mother looks to her and say, baby girl, don't you know that the woman is no ideal size? We come in different sizes, shapes, and shades. You too busy on the gram trying to get the latest tea that you don't know that most people prefer a nice cooling glass of lemonade. Baby girl, don't you know that you're a queen? But you're too busy out here trying to look like a dime. You don't need no slim waist or a fat behind for anyone to see the beauty that is already within inside of you. And just in case you haven't heard in a while, let me tell you again. You are enough. Now, I can't fake the funk because self-esteem was one of my biggest struggles, and sometimes I still struggle with it. where I just had so many different voices in my head. I had the different opinions of others, and then I had this unrealistic beauty standard that social media displays. And I know for myself that the only way for me to get to the point where I can love myself, to get to the point where when I look in the mirror, I actually like what I see staring back at me, I had to find a quiet place. I had to silence the noise. But little did I know that that quiet place would be one of the toughest places that I've ever been. You see, I hate quiet places because it causes my mind to run races, featuring the demons of my past, and it really doesn't matter who's first or who's last. Damn, I thought I passed that class. I thought I left these demons in the grave with no heartbeat. I was dancing and bragging about the defeat when they were really just playing possum. Knowing that losing the battle doesn't forfeit the war, I tried to work on my craft, get lost in my bars, but procrastination has always been my biggest downfall. Putting off to tomorrow what should have been done today. But what is today? But yesterday's tomorrow. You see, I hate quiet places and all the noise that they bring. Just when I finally unpack my bags on Easy Street, something happens, making me rethink the whole damn thing. But who's to blame? The cutler or the one who handed the retired swordsmith the knife? You see, I thought that once I got to this quiet place and I didn't care about other people's opinions, I didn't care about what social media said I had to look like, that self-love would just click. That didn't happen. Once I got to a quiet place, I realized I was more confused than ever because constantly my whole life I had everybody telling me what to do, and here I was at a solid place, at this quiet place, with no one telling me what to do, and I realized I didn't even know who I was. So I had to ask myself these questions, like, who am I? Who am I? But a mere girl, torn in between two identities, somewhere in between who they want me to be and who I aspire to be. There is me. Me, another nameless face in a crowd, blending in so effortlessly into the background that no one barely notices. And like words left unspoken, I long to be heard. Me, I was known for following the rules. Now, I wait to be told what to do and what to say. Honestly, most days I just feel like a rented Airbnb, allowing others to rent space in my head at a price that's far too cheap. And then they have the nerve to leave the stench of their aura all over my prefrontal cortex. And it doesn't matter how much I try to cleanse my chakras. It doesn't matter how much sage I burn. I never seem to forget the sting of their words. They leave enough venom that it becomes encrypted into my very DNA. No wonder I'm sitting here questioning who I am today. The series of questions that came from that quiet place was some of the most toughest questions I had to ask in my whole entire life. It got really dark. I'm not even gonna lie. It got really dark. But on the other side, it was this woman that, one, she knew her voice mattered. She knew her power. She learned power and the word no without giving all this extra explanation behind it. She learned to walk away from things that weren't directly in line with her purpose. So if you joined in today and you was looking for a sign that it's time to end this relationship, be it romantic or a friendship, and it's time to walk away from this job because it's not serving your purpose, it's time to leave and start working in your purpose. This one is for you, especially if you've been giving and giving and giving to a situation without giving anything in return. And trust me, I've been there because I used to be a giver, giving and giving until I had nothing left to receive. Some said I was stupid. Most called me naive, but I had this bad habit of seeing the good in others, even when they weren't always so good to me. which caused me to do some things that I shouldn't have done, say some things that I shouldn't have said, and stay longer than I should, especially when time after time, sign after sign, you showed me that change was a concept far too complex for your feeble mind to grab. Or maybe it was just the willingness that you lacked. But I have to admit, it wasn't all bad. I'll cherish our good memories, the sweet memories that we made, the times you made me laugh. Too bad we can never seem to make it last. But I promise there's no bad blood. I hope one day that you find happiness. I hope that the next time you find love, that you won't let it fall for your grips. And I wish you success. And everything you want out of life, one day I hope you have. And most importantly, I hope that you dig deep down inside and finally find the courage to toss away those old dusty cheetah print covers. Signed, your newly former lover. Speaking of change, you guys know that like change is hard. Comment in the chat section if you like change, or if you're like me, like you try to fight change no matter what, because I really hate change, and I don't really do well with adjusting to change. One of the biggest changes in my life was my transition into motherhood. And I ain't even gonna lie, those first couple years were mad rough. Like, I got so caught up in being a mother that I lost myself as an individual. And first of all, to all the mothers in the chat room, happy early Mother's Day. And I hope you guys enjoy your day next Sunday, as mothers do work hard every single day, so you definitely deserve it. But I also want to let you know that, yes, you're a mother, but you're an individual as well. You don't have to get so caught up in being a mother that you forget about the goals you had before you became a mother. And don't let anyone, especially society, because they will try to put you in a box and make you feel bad for still chasing your dreams of being a mother. Words from an unwed mother. First things first, I'm not a hoe. I'm not a slut. Not someone who easily gives it up. I know I didn't adhere to society rules. Degree, marriage, baby. Did you ever think that maybe I was more than another brown skin who got knocked up too soon? More than another girl who love made a fool. You see, I thought he was the one, but then he flipped it like reciprocals. But I was already 10 weeks pregnant with his seed. What was I supposed to do? There I was, 20 years old, in love with a child that I barely knew. Now you tell me, how different that story would have turned out if it was you. Then you tell me how different that story would have turned out if it was you. They say when life gives you lemon, make some bomb ass lemonade. It really doesn't matter. The fact that I'm missing the rain, or that me and his dad don't share the same last name. At the end of the day, all that matters is the morals and values in which he is raised. And yes, I know a two-parent household is ideal, and sometimes that other parent's absence I can feel. But let me get one thing straight. My son isn't on the list of my regrets. Because after all, my sacrifices, my love, and my kisses will be the things that he'll never forget. You see, if you let it, society will try to shame you off of every little thing that you do. And being a Black girl in America, I find that far too often I'm judged, even before I get the chance to speak. I'm judged based on how I walk. I'm judged based on how I talk. I'm judged even based on what I wear and how I decide to style my hair. I'm tired of it. Like, is it okay if I rant for a little bit? Because, like, I'm really tired of society's shit. And if you're a Black girl right now, I want to let you know that no matter how you walk, no matter how you talk, no matter what you wear, no matter how you style your hair, that doesn't make you any less Black. Dear National Hair Committee, my weave isn't a symbol of self-hate. What's the big deal? If I love wigs and sew-ins, bundle me, please. Good for you for rocking your natural fro. But sis, save your speech, because I can wear my hair however I please. So let me get this straight. Because I prefer to rock 420-inch bundles and an 18-inch lace, I'm less of a queen. Forgive me. And let me call you on your bullshit, because it seems to me that you need a lesson in femininity and what it means to be a feminist. To love and uplift every female, no matter what she decides to wear or how she decides to wear her hair. Or did you think it was just about fighting for equal job opportunities and equal pay? How do we expect them to treat us fairly when we don't even treat each other equally? To the Natural Hair Committee, get your shit together and get your noses out of the hair. And since you hate weave so much, on your birthday, stay the fuck out my weaveologist chair. Since we on things that rifles my feathers, let's talk about this new trend in the dating community. Let's be honest, dating in 2020 fucking sucks, okay? And let me give a little disclaimer. There is still some good guys out there. So let's give it up. Let's drop some king emojis for the black kings that's in this room, the great black kings, before we, have to tell them that they have to get their brothers need to get their shit together, because there's no way in the world I should know what your penis looks like before I even know your name. Like, how? Like, ladies, are you tired of getting random dick pics? Because I know I am. And with this quarantine, they're at an all-time high. I'm more than a stinky link. I require flowers. Texts. Good morning, text. Flowers and dates. Oh, that's too much for you? Well, I'll give you two options. Come correct or get the fuck out my face. And I don't care what I allowed in the past, the woman I am today can't relate. You see, I'm more than a stinky link. Heart shape emojis all up in my DM, writing me essays about how fine and chocolate I am and everything you would love to do. But I checked my profile. Not one like, not one comment from you. I guess public displays of your affection makes you uncomfortable. Which is funny because you sent me a picture of your erection even before you knew my name. You said you was a fan of my work, that you love my poetry. But if you really watch my last couple of videos, you would know that I hate that shit. And I said it before, clearly you have a problem with your comprehension, so let me say this shit again. I'm more than the fluffiness of my tits, the juiciness of my ass, and what is in between my thighs. So let me get this straight. You think you're going to tap this ass when you can't even double tap a pic? Truth be told, without a meeting of a mind, you can't even get her wet. Fuck you still doing in my DM for? You didn't get it through your thick skull yet? I'm more than a stinky link. Meaning, if you don't think enough of me to text me throughout the day, don't text me after 10 p.m. asking me what I'm doing. I'm in bed, legs closed, being the child of God that Spencer and Marlene raised. You know my biggest problem with you niggas of today? Number one, you don't know how to date. Half of y'all are a crappy lay. Always accusing a female of wanting you for your money when you don't have a pot to piss in or wanting to throw it out. Always quick to pull little Johnny out. But what's your status? When was the last time you got tested? When was the last time you even saw your PCP? Walking around looking like a walking STD, what I'm going to need you to do is stay the furthest distance away from me. Now, typically, I'm not a bitch. And I really don't mean any disrespect. But if you think you ever have a chance of getting with Nick, I'm going to need you to learn how to come correct. Thank you guys so much for listening. Oh, a PCP is primary care physician, is another way to say doctor. For those who don't know, Just throwing it out there. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you everyone who pre-ordered the book. And if you haven't ordered your book, please be sure to head over to NikkiDThePoet.org and place your order. And now, I feel like giving away some free stuff. I'm feeling good, you know. Book is out here. So I feel like giving away some free stuff. Is that okay with you guys? You want some free stuff? Comment in the chat. If you want a free book, comment in the chat. So now I'm going to do the book raffle. Yeah. Picking 2 tickets because there was 2 winners. And the first winner is Akia. She couldn't join us tonight, but she won all 3 copy of all 3 of my books. And also, Nettie, you won. I don't know if she won. Nettie, you won a copy of my book. You can unmute yourself. Everybody can unmute themselves now. This is the end. And also,
yay!
Nettie won.
Yeah, Nettie won. Woo! And also, everybody who stayed to the end, since you guys stayed to the end, you guys will all get a copy of Naked Facing the Girl in the Mirror. So everybody's the winner on tonight.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I'll be reaching out to everyone to get all your mailing information because books will be mailed out on Monday.
I'm going to give you the address to my new house.
Yeah, DM me your address. Don't put it in the chat because I don't want everybody in your business. But DM me your address.
I don't know. Some of y'all niggas might be crazy.
Yeah, you don't. Just a little thank you for you guys joining me tonight.
Oh, yay.
And for all your love and support. I really do appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you sharing.
I'm still getting a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Nettie, how did I forget? I am selling t-shirts. They say basically Shy Girl Speaks for the Shy Girl.
Yeah, that's me totally. Because it took me to bite my nerve to be on a video chat. I just hate it. I am a shy girl though. I'm a very shy girl.
See? And we won't get that shy girl to speak. Because us shy girls, we speak too, you know?
Nikki, I'm starting a hashtag for you. I put it in the chat. I think that we should start that hashtag.
Let me see.
I want to wait for you to see it.
Oh, wait. Where's it?
Hold on.
I was doing the chat. I'm sorry.
Where am I at? I don't see it.
Nikki, your last
stop the dick pics. Hashtag stop the dick pics.
Yes. That's hashtag stop the dick pics.
Why is that a thing?
Stop the unsolicited dick pics. I think it's very important to put the unsolicited because us girls sometimes we do like dick pics, you know. If we ask for them. And if, you know, we're dealing with you in that type of situation.
I just don't. But it be random people, like, I've never met. Like, why? You live in Kentucky. I don't even know why. Why are you sending me
We have
one?
no chance of leaking. But, if, you know, if you're like my little boo, if you like my little dip, and you want to surprise me with, like, a dick pic, you know, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't try it.
I must be doing something wrong because I don't get none. Or something right? I don't know.
No,
you're doing something right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I don't know.
Whoa.
What is it that we doing that's making people think that's an okay thing?
I don't.
Is it?
I think it maybe just
People
a
just
dudes
crazy.
in their 20s type of situation.
They just crazy. People just crazy. And
I am seasoned in my years, but
I don't do it. I don't. Yo, what's good? My man's, I don't know. I just don't do that. I don't know why. I don't know.
I don't understand. People crazy.
Y'all the good ones. Y'all the good ones. Like,
let's just be confused.
But you definitely
every time a guy does that, I just want them to know. I'm like, I want you to know that I send it to all my friends. I screenshot it and I send it to all my. We all put it in the group chat.
If anybody send you a dick pic, just send them my video.
That's what
There
we'll
you
do.
go.
Yes.
Yeah, all
I'm
right.
like,
And
just,
then they
I'm
gonna
like,
end up
watch
sending it.
this.
They
Get
gonna
them
end up
views
sending it
up.
to her still.
I'm gonna be
Get
like,
them
watch this
views up.
video of me. And then it's gonna be Nikki sitting there be like, stop sending dick pics.
Listen, I will send you a gif of me saying stop sending dick pics.
Yes.
Or I'm
Yep.
gonna send you a picture. I'm gonna send you a gif of me saying little Johnny, and then they'll stop them.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, oh. Like, hi, little Johnny. Hi.
Oh no, I'm done. All right, I'm out
That
of
was
here.
hilarious.
I'm off of this.
That,
I'm
that,
sorry.
that,
I'm
last,
done.
that last poem was awesome.
I'm not
But
gonna.
it's
I'm
exactly
not
how
gonna
I
Rachel, you've been
feel.
laughing at me all night. You need to stop.
this conversation
You
anymore.
did great. My phone's dying.
Well, we
I
need
gotta get
we
it
need
changed
these
up.
male perspectives in this conversation. Your perspectives are very important.
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
But do you guys have any questions for me about the book or anything?
I'm excited. I'm gonna get it
No,
off your
it's just-
website. Ooh.
Yes, and Eddie, your copy will be coming.
Okay, boo.
I'm
Thank you,
excited.
guys.
Thank you. It's fantastic. Good to see you
Thank
perform. I haven't
you.
get to see you perform, and I'm glad I
I
got to.
know.
Bye.
It
Yes.
took the core team for us to get to see each other perform. Who would
It
figure that?
did. It
You did excellent, honey. You did excellent.
Thank you so much, love. Thank you so much for your support, and your poems were dope. I definitely
Thank
have to check out your 2 albums that I didn't know about on SoundCloud.
They're on there.
Well, you got some albums on sound. Oh, you did put that
Yeah.
on there. Okay, I
Huh?
gotta check that out too.
You did.
I'm mad because all the times we done been communicating, all the times we've been in the same room, I didn't even know.
It's all good. I told you I'm shy. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah, but you guys all have a good night. Hope you guys stay safe. Practice social
Yes, stay
distancing.
safe,
Proper hand
everyone.
washing.
You too.
All
Yeah.
that good stuff.
Congratulations.
Get your mask popping.
My
until all
cat
this
wanted to
stuff
say
is
hi.
over. And if you need some masks, Amposito just put out some a design for some
Yes, he
masks for
did.
$12. So you
Yes,
can.
he did.
Oh, he done already left. I'm picturing his mask. He's not even here.
He's so cute.
But yeah, if you need masks, hit up Amposito. He can get you your mask for $12. If you having any symptoms and you're in the Philadelphia area, you can go to fpcn.com. Well, that's my job. Just I'm dropping all these type of bombs, but my job is offering free COVID-19 testing. And we have 3 different locations around the city of Philadelphia. So if you're
Oh,
feeling
girl, tell me
symptomatic,
that so I can tell these health center people where to go. Please.
I'm a DM you the flyer on Instagram,
Yes.
but it's fpcn.com, and that have all our information on where the sites you can go to get tested, the days, and like basically all the requirements.
Thank you. Because people keep coming to the health center, and I gotta tell them, like, we only do testing at the city health centers for people who are already our patients. So
Okay.
people are coming there thinking they can get tested and they can't. And then we
Yeah,
have to
we
send
do
them to this
testing
one
for
place.
we do testing for anyone.
Okay, that's good.
You don't even have to have any symptoms. If you say, hey, I want to get a COVID-19 test,
They'll give you one. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. I can share that information, pass that along to people.
Yes, most definitely.
Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
Yay.
Thank you guys again, and see you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Now I gotta figure out how you end this.